Okay, I'm going to show you my most favorite vegetable. It's like a smoothie, but it could be a soup, or it just could be like a chip dip. This is the most interesting vegetable flavor that you can have because it's got so much good stuff in it. And how could it taste that good? Because it's got all that stuff. Oh, I have to have the recipe. No, this makes easy. I'm going to show you. There's no recipe here. We're just going to shoot from the hip. Just going to make myself dinner. I'm going to have myself a vegetable drink. And you can make this a variety of ways. And since it's dinner tonight, I'm going to, as you can see, I'm cooking up a little bit of these in our Healthy Legend nano ceramic pans, because the last thing you want to do is get Teflon into your food. But these are our little mushrooms that will go ahead and be the top with our jungle peanuts that will sit on top of our soup, because we're going to make soup. Even though in the morning we can zip it back up and turn it into a smoothie. But tonight, it's going to be a soup. So let me put these back on. You only put these on for about 10 minutes. They're really easy. So let's go over a quick variety of the things you're going to do in your soup, put in your soup. We've got a variety of different plants from the sea. These are sea vegetables. Sea lettuce, triple blend seaweed, the sea lettuce leaf that we put on top to make it real pretty, plus it makes it chewy, and kelp granules. So this is one area that you can get your real iodine from plants. This is a really good super nutrient side of the fence that we don't get a chance to sort of like attack too much. And we're going to put more greens in now. We're going to put in chlorella powder, spirulina powder. We're going to put a little brown rice protein in, Himalayan salt, blue-green algae, the master cayenne powder, and a little turmeric, real turmeric, cold processed, really strong, not so much culinary turmeric, it's a medicinal turmeric, and hemp seeds, the oils, and of course maca. And our oils, we're going to put in some coconut oil, and then maybe when it's done it'll look pretty, we'll put a little bit of cacao butter on top. And we'll put some lemon in, and also some brown, actually it's a unpasteurized vinegar, and then a organic olive oil, with a little hemp oil too. You can see what a soup. I'm going to show you this soup. Let me go show you the vegetables now. This is how we do the vegetables. Okay, here's our vegetable bowl. And in order to clean your vegetables, the first thing I do, I'll just show you one. We've already cleaned these ones here. But I first put a little bit of, I use Dr. Bronner's or one of the coconut oil soaps. And what you do is you wash your vegetables. You wash them with soap. Just in case, let's say you're buying traditional vegetables. The traditional vegetables, they have pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. They got a lot of dirty fingers, rat poop, and a lot of stuff until you'll feel it. It gets squeaky. You can hear it. Okay, it means it's clean now. Even if it's organic, still wash them. Just use a soap that doesn't have any residue. So all these have already been washed. We've got eggplant, we've got the mucoloids, okra, we've got a tomato in here, I've got some basil. Okay, and the big secret, I'll show you in a second, is the hydrogen peroxide we put in here. I've got some broccoli, more of the okra, and fresh. This is a medicinal type turmeric. It's very hard to find. Doesn't taste that great, but wow, that's really cleansing for the stomach, for the intestinal tract. And we've got carrots in here. So everything's organic. Most of it's been grown in the garden or the farmer's market. And let's go ahead and start putting in different things. This is a Vitamix smoothie, simple. All you have to do is blend it. I'm going to do this fast because this is how I do it at home. I'm just going to sort of rip through this. I just throw in small pieces. I have a ceramic knife here and get about a half a bell pepper or so, and sort of cut it up a little bit when you put it in the blender, because if not, then sometimes everything doesn't blend too easy. So I make it so it's got little cuts, and I know pretty much how much to put in. We're going to put in about a half a cucumber there. Okay. Whoops. Lost a few. And we got broccoli. We just toss those in. These guys, I just cut off the tops here. And you can buzz everything, the tops and everything, but those have a little black mold on them, or a little black stuff on them, so we'll retire those pieces. Okay, that goes in there. And of course, anything that I have, I never throw out. It goes to the compost, or it goes to my birdies, or it goes to Miss Piggy. So everything gets used. Eggplant, really, really good. Okay, this is going to be all raw, remember? So we're putting in basil, eggplant. I put about a half an eggplant in, just sort of split it down the middle, just give it a little easier cut. Big tomato, take out it's a little vein here, get rid of that. You can hear our tomatoes, or our mushrooms in the back. They're cooking. And I'm going to put, right now, one of these on our little guys here. And, because this is going to be the top of the soup. This is a partially cooked, but mostly raw, and the cooked part is just flavors, all it is. Okay, and this gives it the flavor. I got it on super low heat, and all we've used is a little bit of toasted sesame oil and a little bit of Soleil salt. And I put the Soleil salt that we just made in a spray bottle, puts it up easily. And I'm going to put a few of the tomatoes back in the blender, and a few green beans. You just throw them all in there. Just green beans, though, aren't really easy to cut up so in the blender, so get rid of all the little sticky edges there, and then cut them up into about little 1-inch pieces. Watch your fingers. And these ceramic knives are really, really super good. They're really sharp, though, but if you drop them, they will break. And we'll keep a little bit of the basil for the very end. Let's see. And I'm going to put the rest of these muculoids, the rest of the okra, cut off the tops, keep those for the birdies. And we're going to put these with the mushrooms. And by the time we're blended everything up, this stuff's all done. And we're only using Himalayan salt as our, and you want to keep the top off right now. You're trying to dry these guys out a little bit. And it's just on super low heat. Super low. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you, this is our jungle peanuts, and you can see I've been soaking these guys for about 20 minutes. And they're starting to turn a little bit, but I'm going to ramp up the time so I don't have to wait 4, 5, 6 hours to be able to get the stuff that's on the shell off. Watch this. Okay, this is the fulvic acid, and it's, like I said, pH of 2 to 2.2. I'll put in about just 5 drops in there or so, and you can see immediately, look what happens. Turn blackish dark, and in about 2 minutes, this thing will be super dark. And so what it does is it's starting to eat off the coat, the cadmium coat of the shell. This is the reason why they tell you to sprout your seeds, because all that stuff you can see in there, debris, is the stuff that you don't want to put in your body because it gives you stomachache. So we're going to put these over here, let them sit for a second, give them a little flipsy, and then what I like to do too is give them a little more flavor. So I put some, this is organic curry, and this gives it a good flavor in the house too, and everybody says, "Mom, what are you cooking?" It smells so good. This smells like, we're Maltese, so this smells like a Maltese family house. It always smells like curry. Curry's like one of the super special. This is what the mushroom looked like before. And you can get a variety of edible mushrooms, and all it is it sort of takes the place of meat. Okay, so we've got our blender going, and now the base, which is cool, is going to be blue-green algae. So one of the secrets of doing this is you put in this is a lime. We got these off the tree. You can use lemon or lime. This one's going to be a lime version. You can see these things are juicy, and you put a whole lime in there. And the reason you're doing that is because you're going to put a lot of oil in here. When you're doing any of these soups or smoothies, especially the vegetable ones, you want to use pretty much just as much oil as just as much in the salad dressing, just as much of the acid lemon you use. And I'm not counting the vinegar. I'm just talking about the lemon. The lemon emulsifies the oils, and when you zip it up, it turns it into super cream, especially when you put it with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, here we go. Now we've got the blender going. You can see everything we've got in there, a variety of vegetables, peppers, broccoli, turmeric, cucumber, okra, the muculoids. And now we're going to, sort of weird now, we're going to use the base of this smoothie or this Could be salad dressing too if you want it to be, but this is going to be a soup tonight. The base is blue-green algae water. All the minerals, all the B vitamins, all the nutrients, 20 antioxidants, 70 trace minerals, all the B vitamins. So we put in, just so it goes about half the line of the vegetables. Now remember, we put in all that oil before. So we're going to go ahead and get our oils, because we put in all the lemon. Remember the lemon, the emulsifiers. So I'm going to put in 1 big scoop of coconut oil. It's going to make it taste like, whoa, creamy. And I'm going to put in also, I'm going to put in a organic olive oil. And I'm going to put about the same amount, half and half. Half of the flavor. I usually just use coconut oil all the time, but we're going to go ahead and give it a switch because it does add a sort of an Italiano taste, you know. It's the taste of Italy. And this is a little bit of the hemp oil, Jeff's Best hemp seed oil, cold filter. This stuff really gives it a good flavor, but it's, remember, these oils are what are excellent for your brain. Okay. Vinegar. Here we go. And you put in about 1/4 cup of vinegar. And now we get to the spices. This is hot cayenne. So we'll put in 1/4 teaspoon. And this is cumin. Cumin. Put in a lot. Put in about maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. The cumin's really, really super good as far as the curcumeroids, okay, and the curries, and that's why you're using the spices. The spices are to sort of like help you clean your intestinal tract, but they also have certain flavors if you mix them. Remember, we've got basil in here. Usually I put rosemary. I didn't grab it out of the garden, but that goes good in here. I'm going to put 4 drops, 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of fulvic acid, because when I buzz this up with all the oils, I want all the oils to homogenize and emulsify. We're going to put some living silica in now, because now we've got a very highly siliconized, and I just put in about a capful, soup. So now we're going down the right of all the bags. Let's see. Usually I have these set up on the counter, a little easier to see. Brown rice protein. I'm just going to put in maybe a tablespoon of that. Remember, this has 90+% assimilable protein. Assimilable. Almost forgot. Avocado. We've got 25 varieties on our farm alone. So I'm going to put in a nice big scoop of this. And you want to make sure that they're matured. So you know when they're mature, they come right off the skin. And give it a, okay. And so you can see lots of oils, and now curry. We're going to put that whole big, remember, put cumin, curry. This is our blue-green Soleil salt, and this is very, very good for you. It's highly conductive. Put in about a 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going to drink of my wine, but it's actually not wine. This is red hibiscus flower water in full concentrate, and man, is this stuff strong. You got to sip on something while you're making the smoothie of smoothies, the salad dressing of salad dressing. Red hibiscus flower water. I tried drinking it all day long. Really cleans you out. Let's see here. Chlorella powder. Now we're getting to the greens, and we're almost done. Okay, remember, we're going to put jungle peanuts on top of this, and a few other things to put about a good heaping teaspoon. Remember, this is a super green, so make it super green. I put a little blue-green algae in it too, but remember, we don't have to. Why? Because I just used the whole base of blue-green algae, so let me put it back and save it. Okay. Ginger powder. Now, this is what makes magical flavors come alive. Okay, we're going to put in a good 1/2 teaspoon. And it looks like we're done, besides little kelp granules go inside. That gives it its super flavor. And I'm going to put the triple blend seaweed, 3 different types of seaweed. This is the sea vegetable group. Way more nutrients than the land vegetable group. And last but not least, we're going to put in a purple onion. I don't use white onions, green onions, or garlic. It has sulfone hydroxyl ion. And sulfone hydroxyl ion, if you look it up, desynchronizes your brain. You can do the research and see it. All it takes is an ECG. Sulfone hydroxyl ion is something that's like illegal to fly high-level military planes because it makes your brain very slow and reflex. The purple onion doesn't have that effect. So we put in a nice piece of purple onion in here, and this thing's done. It's ready to go. Beautiful. And I'm going to take one of these. Actually, I'll take two because I like these onions. I'm going to put this, because you put these at the very end because they're almost ready. I'm going to put this in the very end now. And let me give them a little mix and bring it over here for you. And you can see, and these pans are beautiful because nothing sticks to them. They don't burn. We only put just a tiny smidgen of sesame seed oil. And it crisps everything. We could use water too, but the sesame seed oil or coconut oil, the sesame seed oil is just different flavor because it's more of our sort of like this style, this theme gives it that sort of like Thailand. Where's our peanuts? There we go. Couldn't even find them because the bottle's so dark. Wanted to check on them. Look at that. Okay, you can see what the fulvic acid did. Magical. Okay, we're going to blend this guy up, and then while I'm blending it, I'll look for the strainer. This goes here, and turn this guy on. And you have to use, in order to make this soup, you need one of these little plungers. I use the Vitamix because this thing really, really works well. It's called a taper? Okay. And all you do is you just push it in. And you don't grind it real fast at first. You can hear it all grinding up. I told you this is going to be a soup. Now we got it on full bore. All you do is grind it up. Maybe a minute or two, but you put it on high, and you can see how this thing now is like turned into a emulsified. Remember, we put in water and oil, and you notice how nothing separates. The magnets actually homogenize everything beautifully together, and it stays like that. And if it does change its original form just a little bit, it'll only do that. It'll make it in separate layers. And give it a try and see if it needs anything. Okay, and that's just the base. So that's beautiful. So now since we're done with this piece, now I'm going to show you. We're going to make our, because I'm getting ready to go to yoga, and we've only got 5 minutes. Okay, this is our soup base. So now we're going to take all of this good stuff that we just fried up, and you're going to lay it right on top. Make everybody happy when you have this soup. This soup is transitional soup. You don't have to put this on top, but this gives it the super flavor. For mom and dad, if they're coming over for Thanksgiving or for any vegetarian meal, this is a good side dish. Or to me, that's my dinner. A lot of people say, well, that's not a dinner. Sure it is. It's got more nutrients in here than basically probably 5 or 6 of the dinners traditionally that you'd normally have. So now we're going to just finish this thing off here. And I'm going to take, so it's beautiful, because these are the same beautiful oils. We're going to put a little, looks like mozzarella cheese, but this is actually cacao butter. And this really makes it taste creamy again. And plus it gives it a beautiful look. And let's see what else we got on here. We're usually go ahead and soak the almonds too, but I'm going to put a handful of raw organic almonds on there because of the crunch. Remember, you have to have all these crunches and everything to make it so everybody's happy. A little bit of hemp seeds. I could put them in while I'm making it, but I like to see them on top, and plus they taste really good. Their flavor. If you mix it all together, you sort of like mix it all. See, when you blend everything together, everything comes together as one. So if you want to really make this, we got now the cooked food on top, and we've got the little tiny flavor foods. Now we get down to my favorite part, spirulina and chlorella pills. This is to me what tastes like little cheesies. Okay, I put about, maybe about 150 of them on here. Okay? So every bite or so, you get a, you get a bite of this super nutrient-rich, highest green chlorophyll just about on the planet. So this is a superfood green that the soup that is, remember, it's got all of its sea vegetables, it's got its land vegetables, it's got minerals in it. We put in all different oils, combination oils, put in avocado, and we even have all different oils too, avocado oils, hemp oils, coconut oils. These are the oils that make you healthy. And now I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne pepper, and the best way for me to put cayenne is I put it between my fingers and I just slowly give it a little trinkle on the whole piece, because if you shake it on a lot of times you got too much. And I'm going to find a spoon. Why? Because I'm going to give it a try. And you can put more, you know, different flavor. You can put different types of flavory sauces even on top of this, but this is, let me tell you, this is, let me get a piece of the pizza. And we got a mushroom. Got a mushroom there, almonds, hemp seeds. See, the mushrooms are like meat. If you didn't know that didn't have, you know, meat, you'd think that this, remember, it's crunchy. You're trying to get cessation, trying to feel like what you ate. You could have just drank this thing. It's just a smoothie then. Your brain's going, hey, that's not dinner. No, this is dinner. Well, it's got big pieces of okra in here. And they're only semi-cooked. I put the mushrooms in first to cook them, to grill them. And then you actually add things in later because you don't want to put all the vegetables and everything at the same time. So this is our superfood salad. You can actually use also thin crisp. I don't eat any wheat, corn, or soy. So I've transmuted a lot of those crunchy like necessities because I love to have crunchy things while I eat. So I use the thin crisp caraway crackers. Excellent. Okay, no wheat, no corn, no soy, gluten-free. Okay, I hope that this superfood recipe is going to serve you well for your remember, greens are what make you regenerate. You just have to get that through your head. I probably got green stuff all over me, but greens are what help you regenerate. We live in Hawaii here, and everything is green because everything's alive. So this plate here is like, you know, remember, you don't have to have a salad. The salad's in here. You couldn't eat this much food if you wanted to. Remember, look how much food we had on there. So when you do eat this, remember, chew it all up really slow. There's no hurry, and try to drink 16 ounces of water before you even sit down to eat. Fill your body up with liquids first. And if you do have to have any liquids while you're eating, take a lemon and some water and squeeze it in there so at least the water you're drinking is acidic, so it'll help digest some of this. But you don't need water to help you digest your food. In fact, it dilutes it, just to let you know. One of the biggest problems with people that have digestive problems or intestinal problems is that they can't digest their food. So this is the end of the salad. Have a good time and bon appetit. All right.
Important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earth Shift Live radio talk show or therein.